Mike of Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing Nefarious by Templar Cornhole. And I always talk, when I review Templar, I always talk about how I love the unique materials they use. This Nefarious is no exception. Two materials I don't think I've seen before in any other bag. And it's refreshing to get new bags in with new materials, because when I review a bag, when I get a set of bags in, the first thing I do is look at the materials. A lot of times I can tell the materials, and by the time I recognize materials, I'll know about how the bag's going to play. With Templar bags, I don't know. When I get out there to throw them, I have no idea what to expect. And I'm always a little surprised, because there are things, sometimes materials play different than I think they're going to play. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's break these Nefariouses down. We'll start with materials. Slow side. I didn't ask. I think this is a hybrid material. It looks like a hybrid material. It plays like a hybrid material. It feels like a true carpet material. But I'm gonna call it a hybrid material. It's a thicker material. That's why I say it feels like a carpet. It feels thicker. Typically, the hybrid materials tend to have a little bit of thinness to them, where those true carpet materials have a thicker feel. This has a little bit of a thicker feel, a little more structure, which I think is good. I mean, it gives the bag a lot of bite to it, so it's great for shot shaping, cuts, rolls, flops, because this material kind of grabs and sticks to the board. But it's not a slow, sticky material. This is where I expect this bag to play slow. I think it plays about a 5-speed. It's kind of right in there with a lot of those hybrid materials that you see out in the market right now. It plays about a 5-speed. It has a ton of control to it, so you can get up there and throw blockers with it, but you can also run bags. Where this material shocked me the most was around the hole. It just, in my mind, I'm thinking it's a true carpet. True carpet materials tend to play slower. They tend to stick and hang around the hole. This material didn't really hang on the hole. It seemed to melt in really well. This bag was drippier around the hole than I expected. So, I hope I capture here for you. When I throw bags, I try to throw with a purpose, and people all the time say, all I ever do is just run bags in the hole. I don't do anything. I don't throw cuts or any of that stuff. I do put cuts in there. I don't tag them. I put them in there. But one of the other things I also like to do is when I'm throwing is I like to try to intentionally miss left and right of the hole and see how the bag grabs. See if it grabs and catches the hole. See if it grabs and drips in, or see if it just skips over. So a lot of times when I'm throwing bags off the side, I'm intentionally trying to put them there and see how the bag reacts. And when I was throwing this material, I did that, and it seemed like more times than I expected, it would grab that hole and just drip right back in. Again, I hope I capture that here for you. Sometimes it's hard to really showcase the drippiness of a bag, because you're watching, you see a bag go in, you don't really know if that bag should have gone or not. But when I throw it, I have a good idea of that bag probably shouldn't have gone in. So hopefully I captured it for you. But 5-speed on the slow side here. Fast side, this is a 8.5, 9-speed. It's I don't recognize the material. I don't know if Templar uses another bag. I don't know if any other company uses it. Templar might use another bag, but I don't think they do. At least not one that I've thrown yet. If I were to compare this to any material, I would say it's probably closely resembles the fast side of the BG, the shapeshifter, the samurai, the sorcerer, fast side there, but it's not as thin as that. It has a little bit more thickness than that material does. It doesn't seem to have the stretch. Like this material isn't stretching like that does. So maybe that little bit thickness to that little bit of extra thickness to it prevents that stretch. But it plays really nicely. It's a great push material. It's a very fast side material. It plays really well. In fact, both materials play really well in humidity. So if you live in an area where humidity is an issue, this is a wonderful bag. It's starting to warm up here. I had a little bit of humidity kicking in from time to time. I was throwing these bags, and these bags continue to move really, really well. So 5-9 speed on these Nefariouses here. Template wise, a medium template bag. It's got a medium amount of fill to it, but because you've got a thicker slow side material, the flop isn't there. It just doesn't get that super floppiness to it. It's got some flop, but again, it's not overly floppy. It has a fuller feeling to it. I think part of it is that thicker material. So if you like a fuller feeling bag, I think you're gonna love the way these Nefariouses feel. The fill in here is I think it's a mixed fill. If I remember right, it's got a mixture of Templar's DT2 fill. I've talked about before, a really unique fill, really great fill. It's got a mixture of that with some flat, I think, disc fill in here as well. And honestly, this bag doesn't need a lot of action to it, because this material, as I mentioned, this material itself does a great job of grabbing the board. So you can put that flat disc in here and give the bag some forgiveness, but not sacrifice the shot shaping ability of this bag. So it has some forgiveness to it. It is a material that's going to kick. If you're not throwing flat, this bag will have some kick to it. But because of the blend of fill that Templar put in here, I think it's fairly forgiving for the control you get this bag. So it's not a punishing kick. It will have some movement, but if you're consistent with your tilt of your bag, which way you're tilting it, you can adjust your landing zone and you can play it perfectly fine right there. One thing I'll mention about this slow side as well is this material takes a while to break in. When I first got these bags, I've had these for a while and I've been throwing them for a while. And when I first got them, I wasn't sure I was going to like them, but I started throwing them, and as they broke in, they just kept getting better and better and better. So I just kept throwing them. Right? I didn't want to do a review too early. I was like, let's see how far they go. And every time I threw them, they just got better and better. And I've been throwing for a while now. They've broken nicely, and they play phenomenal. So if you get a set of these, be patient with them. Give them time to break in. I promise you, once they break in, you're going to fall in love with them. These bags are ACO stamp. So if you play in the ACO, you can throw the Nefarious. Let's go ahead and jump in, talk about playability. And this is a versatile bag. Like if you want to get up there and run bags in the hole, you can do it really well. I think on faster boards, this is a great bag for running the hole. I think it'll do that really well. But to me, this is more of a control style game, or maybe a hybrid style game for gameplay of this. I just think this bag shines with the dirty boards. Putting blockers up there, it makes a decent blocker you put up there. It sticks. It has enough stick to it that if your opponent's not comfortable pushing through, it'll kick their bags off one way or the other. So they've got to be confident with pushing through. The bags are full enough that when you come down, it's not going to cording or smash up. So you can just clip a corner and drag that bag in. This slow side, as I mentioned, is extremely hole friendly. So if you just get a blocker up there, if you just clip that corner, you just gotta kind of get it towards the hole and get it started, it'll go on its own. So you don't have to come right down the middle, which means you can get more aggressive, getting that blocker more on your opponent's side, knowing that you're just gonna come down and catch that corner and pull it in. If you get too aggressive and throw it too far, as I said, shot shaping, you've got the ability to throw a cut, grab it and pull it back in for you. Rolls and flops, this bag can do it. I'm not a rollback thrower, but I promise you, if you throw roll bags, this is going to be a fairly easy bag to roll or to flop with. So, below average to advanced level players, you can get up there and you can cut, roll, and flop this bag, and it does it really well. That's why I think the dirty style play is where this bag shines, because you can put your blocker up there, you can cut around it, roll around it, whatever, make your opponent deal with it, and if they leave it there, you can leave it until your last bag, come down slick slide, push her in place. Fast enough with slick slide to push through and take multiple bags, so you don't have to worry about if there's a lot of congestion or chaos in front of the hole. You can take your fourth bag and you can kind of blow that pile up and push your bags in really well. In fact, for me, a lot of times I was pushing slow side. I think these bags play fast enough for me. I can push it slow side. The only time I'm going fast side is if there's multiple bags up there, or if it's my last bag and I want to push her and make sure it follows. But these bags are great for playing against that dirty style play. So if you have an opponent who's throwing blockers up there, because you have that shot shaping capability with the cuts, rolls, and flops, if their blockers are up there, you can leave their blocker and you have ways to get around it, put your bag in the hole, or put your bag in front of their bag and make them deal with that. So it's great for playing against dirty style games. It's great for playing a dirty style game. As I mentioned, the hybrid style game, which is what I tend to play mostly now, is where I get up there, run some bags round to round, and then I'll play a dirty round here or there, or throw a blocker when I need to. This bag is great for that. I think it really excels in the versatility of it, right? There's not anything this bag can't do. It's a super versatile bag. Huge fan of the bag. I will say that if you're not a fan of thicker materials, that's the one knock I'll say this, is the thickness of the slow side. I think there will be players who are going to get this and are not going to like the feel of the slow side. That's one of the feedbacks I've gotten when I take this to my league from people that did. The only thing they didn't like was the way the material felt to them. I do think once it breaks in, it softens up, it gets a little bit better. But there is a thicker feeling to this, a stiffer feeling to this, that maybe you won't like. So if you're a carpet bag thrower, you'll have no problem with this. If you don't like throwing carpet, this may not be the perfect bag for you, but I would challenge you to give it a try. I think if you give it a try, you give it time to break in, I think you're going to fall in love with it. That's going to lead me to availability. Templar has a website, TemplarCornhole.com. As always, I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. The bags were $68 and it was $12 shipping. So $80 shipped to you. Phenomenal price for an ACO stamp bag. Definitely worth taking a chance on, especially if you want to try something new, something different. Give Templar a try, whether it's a Nefarious or one of the other bags. I talk all the time about how unique their bags are, how different their bags are. And if you're tired of throwing the same old materials, go check out TemplarCornhole.com and take a look around there. And if you have any questions, check my channel. I've got a lot of reviews of their bags on my channel. Maybe I've reviewed that bag you're looking at. If you're not sure where to go, I highly recommend the Nefarious. I think it's a great bag. If you've thrown this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. As always, I love hearing you guys' opinions. I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.